Zed Slayers, CabooseDOTexe here with some Killing Floor 2 news about the summer event for 2020. There was some news last week, but it was so short I decided to hold off until the weapons are showcased. So now that the new weapons have been shown off, I figured now, let's go through all the news. I will be doing a video showing you how to get the seasonal skin or item or whatever it is when it finally comes out. And in that video, I'll give a brief review of each weapon as well as the map, as well as what my thoughts are on the balance changes that are coming out. Alright, so let's get started. The first bit of news is called It's a Jungle Out There. It shows a picture of the new map, which is another community-made map called Desolation. This one is made by Delta, not to be confused with Delta Airlines, which, I don't care what you say, is way better than American Airlines. They need to get new planes. This map supports survival, endless, and versus game modes. PC players can find the map on the Steam Workshop, a link to which I have in the description. I also feel like the map is kind of maze-like, which isn't really a complaint. It's more or less it's going to take you some time to figure out what the layout is. Moving on to the second bit of news called Improving Field Conditions. This bit of news talks about some changes to perks, weapons, and even the UI. This time around, the weapons that are going to be reworked are the Seeker 6 and the Mac 10. The Seeker 6's projectiles are getting a larger explosive radius, the damage is being increased, and the arm time is being reduced. I feel like this will really help the weapon out, because since release the weapon has always felt underpowered. Not so much the firing speed, although I am glad it's being increased, but the damage wasn't really there. I know it's meant for trash mobs like clots and stalkers and crawlers and whatnot, but I feel like it wasn't even good for that. I think the increased explosive radius will really help it out, so let's see how that turns out once it's released. As for the Mac 10, it's getting a price reduction so it fits more of a tier 2.5 range. This is meant to help the Firebug and SWATs get some extra firepower early on. It'll also see small increases to its damage and incapacitation abilities. The Mac 10 is a weapon that I feel like doesn't stand a chance compared to its competition, so we'll see if these actually change anything. Moving on to the perks, Medic's Acidic Rounds and Survivalist's Melee Expert will have increased damage, and Berserker's Berserker Rage will no longer cause Zeds to run away. Instead, they will stay rooted in position. The last bit of news for this article is the two changes in the UI. First, they're making the Skip Trader Vote be a pop-up menu. Hopefully this will lead to less downtime in between waves, and people not knowing that it even exists. The second is that they're finally adding something for healing over time. So now you can see the player's health recover. They even gave us a video showing this. It's basically just a white meter that fills up. I hope they roll out more small little fixes like this. It's really nice. It's a really nice quality of life thing. Alright, now that we got those out of the way, let's talk about the new weapons coming out. We got 4 of them, 2 HRG and 2 paid DLC. The first weapon is the HRG Kaboomstick for Demolitionists. According to the description here, it's going to be like the HX25 pistol, which is the starting pistol for Demolitionists. However, now there'll be more pellets and it'll have 2 shots instead of 1, because it's, a double-barreled shotgun. It's not going to be crazy good, but it'll probably just be a tier 2, which honestly I'm okay with. I feel like Demolitionist doesn't have a proper tier 2 weapon. I tend to just hold out with the HX25 pistol up until like wave 3 when I can buy something decent. Now I should be able to have a nice tier 2 to bridge that gap. Now our second HRG weapon is the HRG Teslauncher for Berserkers. It's been a long time since the Berserker got a ranged weapon. I don't think it's gotten one since release, honestly. Now Berserker is getting a new rifle that shoots microwave rounds and the grenades are EMPs. The model that it's based off of is the Medic Assault Rifle. This is honestly a very strange combo and I don't know how I feel about it. Personally, I feel like Firebug should be turned into like an elemental specialist class. Like they get all the bonuses of Firebug, but also the freeze thrower and EMPs and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm ever going to really use this weapon, but I'll let you know what I feel about it when it actually comes out. So let's move on to the 2 that you're actually here for. First, let's talk about the Blunderbuss. Now, this ain't your great-granddaddy's Blunderbuss. This sucker has a 3-round mag, and what's in those mags? Cannon balls. It's got shrapnel, and it's for demolition. This weapon is going to be a real fun one to use, and I'm excited to use it. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm glad we're getting something new for demo. It's been a while. Man, I keep banging my desk while I do this. Sorry if you hear these thuds. I've got like a new technique here where I put a blanket over me to cover up the echoes. Look at me, I'm getting good. Now for what I would consider to be the more controversial one. The G18C for Gunslinger. This weapon can be dual wielded. but you can only fire in semi-auto when you have just one of them. Once you do wield, you have to go full auto. But that's not what I'm worried about. What gets me is the G18C is already a paid DLC weapon for SWAT, only instead of coming with a shield, now you can do wield. Hey, I made a rhyme! They also added a silencer to the gun. I have no idea how that's supposed to affect gameplay, and it feels like it was done so that they wouldn't have to use a new sound effect as well as modify another model. At the bottom of the article it says the Glock 18C is a different weapon from the previously released G18 and Riot Shield combination, featuring new model, textures, animations, VFX, SFX, and gameplay differences. While technically that's not a lie, it still feels like the base model of a weapon was recycled. Adding a silencer feels like a cop-out. Now if we get this one for free or at least a discount if we own the G18C and Riot Shield combo, then I will be okay. Other than that, I'm still excited to use the full auto pistol for Gunslinger, which is one of my favorite perks. I've been waiting a while for a weapon like this. And well, that's it. That's all the news we have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed, and don't go just yet. I have some news about my channel here. After the poll I posted on my community page, it looks like you guys want to see the G18C and Riot Shield combo and a Turok video. I'm actually super excited to talk about Turok. I've never really played the N64 games until a few years ago, but I watched a friend play them back in elementary school. It's going to be a full analysis of the series over the course of a few videos, starting from the beginning, which gives me enough time to get in contact with those who were previously involved with the franchise. Expect the first video to be out mid to late June. As for the G18C and Riot Shield, I'm hoping to get that done before the end of the month. There aren't a lot of skills to cover that affect the weapon, so I'm mostly going to be talking about strategy and stats. Let me know what you think of the weapon. I'd like to add some more community feedback in those videos. Also, what are your thoughts here on all the news that we have covered today? Have you played the new map? What do you think of it? What are your thoughts on the Glock 18C? That's the one that I really want to know what you guys are thinking about. I just want to give a quick little shout out to all of you essential workers out there who've been helping us out in these dark times. I know it's been really difficult for you guys. Please stay safe, everybody, and remember, I love you!